In December 2015, President Donald Trump made one of the most controversial promises of his campaign.
Remember this, so listen. Donald J. Trump is calling for a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States until our country's representatives can figure out what the hell is going on.
Those remarks came days after a couple shot and killed 14 people in San Bernardino, California. The shooters were Muslim, so President Trump said that banning Muslims from entering the United States would prevent future terrorist attacks, even though national security experts questioned the claim. Later in the campaign, Trump spoke differently, saying that he wanted to ban immigration from countries that have been compromised by terrorism. Still, Trump never really backed off his Muslim ban proposal. So did he follow through? Let's break it down. Hey everyone, I'm Daniel Funke with PolitiFact. After Trump was elected, he gained broad authority to prevent certain groups from immigrating to the United States. One of his first targets was Muslim-majority countries.
Chaos, confusion, and anger growing in the wake of President Trump's immigration ban.
The order suspends all refugees from entering the U.S. while the administration tightens the screening process for refugees, especially those from Muslim countries.
The order is causing widespread outrage from humanitarian organizations to Democratic members of Congress.
Trump's executive order temporarily banned immigration from several Muslim-majority countries. It also denied entry for Syrian refugees. In the order, the White House said that the countries were selected due to their association with terrorism, but the courts disagreed, saying that the White House did not provide a good enough justification for the immigration order.
Major defeat for President Trump and his temporary immigration ban.
A federal judge is putting a temporary stop to some of the most important parts of President Donald Trump's executive order banning citizens from 7 Muslim-majority countries from entering the U.S.
This is now in effect immediately, and what comes next is likely an emergency appeal from the federal government.
Later, after multiple lawsuits, Trump signed 2 revised orders. Opponents said that they were a Muslim ban, but the White House repeatedly argued that they weren't.
It's not a Muslim ban.
This is not a Muslim ban.
This is not, I repeat, not a ban on Muslims.
After many legal challenges, the Supreme Court upheld the 3rd version of the travel ban in June 2018. That version restricted the entry of immigrants from Iran, Libya, Somalia, Syria, Yemen, North Korea, and Venezuela. Even though 5 of the 7 nations in the order have Muslim-majority populations, Chief Justice John Roberts wrote that Trump's directive was on its face neutral toward religion and had a legitimate purpose. But not all of the justices agreed. Sonia Sotomayor pointed out what President Trump said on the campaign trail and after he was elected, including his original campaign promise. Sotomayor wrote, "Taking all the relevant evidence together, a reasonable observer would conclude that the proclamation was driven primarily by anti-Muslim animus." So Trump's travel order is not a total ban on Muslims entering the United States, although it does restrict their immigration. You may disagree about the motivation behind Trump's order, but it's clear that it is not the sweeping Muslim ban that he promised in 2015. President Trump has not been able to ban anyone based on their religion from entering the United States. Time for the verdict. We rate this promise broken. PolitiFact is digging into a bunch of Trump's old campaign promises ahead of the Republican convention and rating them on our Trumpometer. Find a playlist of those videos here. And for more updates on President Trump's campaign promises, go to bit.ly/Trumpometer.